Johnson, and we're going to look at how to bring more strength and stability into your lunges. So we're not hanging out in the joints, that our ball and socket joint of the femur bone is staying in a supported space, supported by the musculature around the hip. A lot of us, when we do a lunge, and we're going to do a low lunge, a lot of us might do a lunge like this. And I'm a big fan of placing blocks underneath the hands, but here I'm going to show you my most open, deepest lunge. It'll look something like this. Now I've got mobility and I can just hang out and I can feel a little bit of a stretch through that hip flexor, so I think I'm doing something good. But what's actually happening is that there's a little bit of twisting that's happening in the pelvis, which means to achieve this deep of a lunge, I've had to do a little bit of a torquing or twisting in my pelvis to accommodate some of the tension in my body. And as a result, I'm hanging out, and I'm hanging out even into my ligaments of the hip joints, which your ligaments do not like to support you in that way. That's why we have these strong muscles. Those want to support us. How we do this in a lunge then is a very simple cue of bringing your attention into your femur bone, and that's your thigh bone, and letting that femur bone pull back. Now, if you watch my pelvis when I do this, I'm going to go back into compensation, and then I'm going to start to pull my pelvis, or pull my femur bone back into my pelvis. And just by doing, I'm not thinking about my pelvis, all I'm doing is using my leg. I'm pulling that femur bone back in, plugging it in, so to speak, and then immediately what wakes up? The stronger muscles that help support my pelvis here. You can take that even into a higher lunge. Again, pulling that femur bone back in, and then holding that as I lift slowly up. Oh, that will make you strong pretty quickly. Work that femur bone, hold, breathe. You can take that into your warrior ones, into some of those twists, whatever feels good. But I highly recommend you trying that cue out, that little action of plugging the femur bone back into your hip socket so that we have more structural integrity as we move into a lot of our lunges. I hope that helps. Enjoy.